Chip Grooners, welcome back to the Running Guru Show, and in this show I'll be talking about the gloves that I wear. Cue some random images. Ah! Yes, welcome back to the Running Guru Show. I am so grateful for each and every one of you that keep coming back day after day, week after week, and looking at my vlogs. And yes, as I said at the beginning, I'll be talking about the gloves that, obviously it's getting cold here in the UK, it's probably cold all over the world somewhere, or it might be hot somewhere in the world, but I've had a number of people asking me about the gloves that I've been wearing, asking exact details, so I thought I'd do a quick little vlog about the types of gloves that I wear during here and now. And I'd love to hear from you. Leave some comments below in terms of what gloves that you wear during your runs and what determines the kind of gloves that you wear. So I'm going to be going through 4 pairs of gloves that I've worn throughout the past couple of years, months, years, and in no particular order. I'm just going to go through them and show you why I wear a particular type of gloves and how they benefit me. And you may have seen some of these gloves on the actual races that I've done, the race vlogs, in particular the Boston Marathon, which was, yeah, that was some kind of weather, wasn't it? Yeah. If you haven't seen that vlog, click on the link above there and you can have a look at the winter wonderland rain and whatever it was, snow that happened during that particular race this year. My first ever Boston. What an introduction to Boston Marathon. So looking forward to the next one. Without further ado, let's crack on with the gloves. So yes, Grooners, my first set of gloves. These are probably the most extreme that I've been using. I've been using them recently as the temperature's got down to around freezing here in the UK. And I don't know if you can see these, but they're Castelli gloves. Yeah, you see the scorpion. Now these are made of neoprene, which is like what you use on wetsuits. Now these are, I've got to stress, these are cycling gloves. And a good friend of mine, Mark Kenner, who I ran the first marathon with, Mark and Ian, the Kenner brothers. You may have seen them on my first ever marathon, Brighton Marathon. And I was complaining, I'll show you some of the other gloves that I'd used. And I was saying, even with these gloves, my hands are still getting really cold. And Mark kindly recommended these. And I got them off a website here in the UK. I don't know if they're available globally or whatever, but I've got to stress these are cycling gloves and they're made of neoprene. So the kind of material that you use on wetsuits. So you think that's a bit extreme. But I like my hands to be a bit toasty. And when I was out on my long run Sunday just gone, it was only about, I think it was 4 or 5 degrees. And when you go on a long run, you go nice, slow and easy. And the thing with our hands is we're not exercising them anywhere. They sort of just stand at the side here and not really doing much. So they have a tendency to go cold. So it's not really pleasant. For me, I don't like my hands going cold, and sometimes they can really hurt when they get really cold. So these gloves kept them nice and warm, not too toasty, but warm and comfortable, and it was really good for me on the long run. So yeah, these are the Castelli cycling gloves. As I say, I bought these a couple of years ago. I don't even know whether they're available anymore, but as I say, have a look at those and see what you think. But for me, they are pretty tight. Yeah, they took a while to get on. Very tight, but very warm, and yeah, oh so nice. Next set of gloves. What are they? Ooh. So did you see those? Yes, these are Under Armour, and they're classed as winter gloves. But for me, below a certain temperature, they weren't keeping my hands warm. So I think they're fine if you're going on some short, fast runs, you know, maybe just a half an hour, they might keep you warm. It depends again on the temperatures and snow or whatever. But for me, my hands still were getting cold below certain temperatures in these, and that hence why I got the Castelli neoprene type gloves to keep them really warm. But these are great. They feel really comfortable. I do like them, and yeah, they feel comfortable for me at certain temperatures, or if I'm going at a relatively quick pace, which you might be moving your arms a bit more and exercising them more so the blood's flowing and keeping myself warm. So these are my Under Armour ones, which are really, really nice. Keep me nice and cozy. Next set of gloves. So yes guys, the next set of gloves, as you can see, there's a nice little hole here already. I bought these first ever, well, it's my second marathon, and these are quite sentimental really to me. It was my second marathon and my first sort of overseas. It was in Frankfurt Marathon. I think there might be a link up there when I ran the Frankfurt Marathon, and I was totally disorganised on getting anything, these were the only bit of memorabilia that I could get. There was no shirts, no nothing. They'd sold out of everything. And so I bought these gloves. At the time, obviously, these are really old pair because it wasn't sponsored by BMW. It was sponsored by Mainova. But whatever, they were gloves and it said Frankfurt Marathon, so I bought these. But these are really nice. They're sort of like a cotton wool type thing. And I wore these only on the Saturday during the park run. Again, it was a cold park run. I think it was about 7-8 degrees. But as I was out racing for less than 20 minutes, yeah, these kept me nice and warm. I still had a singlet, but I wanted to run really quick, and these kept me warm. I think, I don't know about the the finger sticking out the top, but hey, you just get on with the race, don't you? So, or timed run. I think park runs are called timed runs. Yeah. So yeah, that was the. So these are the Asics cotton ones. But when I was out cycling to the park run, because it was so cold, I had these as the under layer, and then I then had these inside that, yeah, but they still weren't warm enough to keep my hands warm on the bike because it was freezing cold that morning. But for the actual run race, I say a quick 5k, and that's what I need to stress with the types of gloves that we use. It depends on how long I'm going out for and what gloves determines what I wish to wear. But I quickly did find out if I'm going out on a long slow run and it's say only 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, these just don't keep me warm enough. But they're great, obviously sentimental value, and you got all the names of the 5 areas, very similar to the New York Marathon gloves, where you have the names of the 5 boroughs. So these are sort of 5 steps within the Frankfurt Marathon. Really nice gloves. And the final set of gloves, the 4th set of gloves, you may recognise these. Let's crack on. So guys, my final set of gloves, do you recognise these? They're basically like surgical gloves, cleaning gloves, but these aren't the exact pair, but they're the same pair that I wore during Boston Marathon. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say that link to Boston Marathon is up there somewhere. And the reason why I went for these is I knew that it was torrential rain, and of all the gloves that I had at the time, for some bizarre reason, I didn't. These particular gloves were lost somewhere in space or wherever in one of the wardrobes. I didn't know where they were. And I knew that the other gloves, once they get soaking wet, they were of no good to me. So I wanted something that would keep the water off, and these did. They worked perfectly for keeping the water off. And as I was doing a lot of filming, I needed a camera. I needed something that was quite loose and easy to grab. So the beauty with these is, whilst water came in, because they're so tight, and with the torrential rain, they actually did keep my hands warm, because they acted a bit like a wetsuit, where you get a bit of water in between, or sweat, and then the body warms it up, and that's what kept my hands warm. I mean, when I say warm, they were relatively warm. They still felt cold at times, but it was okay for me to continue filming and do the actual race. So yeah, I don't know, have you ever used these? I did see someone on one of the forums post about surgical gloves being really good for running, and the beauty of these is, you know, I can't really feel that they're on. I mean, it does look, obviously colour-wise and everything, it does look a bit spandexy, PVC, rubber type things. Yeah, but you could say that I'm ready to clean the toilet out once I've done the race. Hey, maybe a little bit too much detail there, but yeah, these are the basically nice plastic surgical type gloves. Simple, effective, and keep me dry. So there you have it, guys and girls. Those are the 4 types of gloves that I've used over the past months, years in my running experience. I hope you found this vlog useful. And as I said at the beginning, please leave some comments below and the kind of gloves that you use and how you find them useful. I have seen people that use mittens, where it's basically just one piece that comes over the hand and you just got the thumb showing. And the beauty of mittens is, again, they say keep you really warm. But are they too warm, you know, even in extreme conditions? I don't know. Do you go out running when it's minus 20 Celsius? I know some of my Canadian subscribers are out there coming into the winter months now, and it's already getting to some areas minus 10, minus 20 Celsius. Do you go out running in those? What do you wear on your hands when it's extremely, extremely cold? And I'd love to hear from you. And thank you all so much for staying to the very end of this vlog. And if you are not a subscriber, why not reward yourself by subscribing? Yes, that's right. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it amongst all your friends if you did find this useful. So thank you so much again, and I look forward to seeing you at the next vlog. So wherever you are, whatever you do, keep running.